Chaz Lanier got his first dose of NBA action with 2025 NBA Summer League with the Detroit Pistons. What can we take away from it and what can we expect come this regular season? Let's get into it right now on Top Title Detroit. Let's go.
Perfect.
What's good? Welcome to Top Title Detroit. I am Eric Vincent, your host and Detroit Pistons beat reporter for ClutchPoints.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Before we get going on the video, as always, please help us grow the channel by liking the video and subscribing to the channel as well. Free way to give support to us over here at Top Title Detroit. We're getting closer and closer to 500 subscribers, and I think we can make that happen just before the summer is over. So please tell a friend to lock in with us right here on the channel at Top Title Detroit. I would really appreciate that. Let's talk a little bit about Chaz Lanier, Pistons second-round rookie from the 2025 draft. He got his first dose of NBA experience with the NBA Summer League that has finally come to an end. 5 games under the impression for Chaz Lanier, and we saw some good things from him. He wasn't super dominant offensively. I didn't expect him to really stand out or be some just unbelievable sniper out the gate, but we did see some good things from Chaz. He averaged about 10.5 points in those first 5 games. We saw him shoot 34% from the field, shot a little bit around 30% from 3 as well. And it looked like he was trying to find a rhythm in terms of his shooting base in those 5 games. Some things that we did see that we're probably going to see over the course of a few years with the Pistons is a high volume of shot selection from three-point range. The first game, he shot 7 threes. Second game against Houston, we saw him shoot 11 threes. Went up another against the the T-Wolves, where he shot 12 threes, went 4 of 12 in that game, finished with 14 points. Then we saw it tick down to 6 attempts against the Heat and then 5 attempts against the San Antonio Spurs in their final Summer League game. So we did see a healthy shot selection and a healthy diet of distance shooting from Chaz Lanier, which is supposed to be the benchmark of his prospect drafting for him as a rookie. I actually did talk to Paige Dower. Shout out to Paige, who works for Full Disclosure Productions. We had an interview about Chaz Lanier because she covers the Volunteers in Tennessee. And we just wanted to get a little bit of a background conversation in terms of what to expect from him in the NBA in his transition from college over to the pros. And again, kind of what we saw from him was a lot of what I'm really going to expect from him heading into his rookie season. He still looks a little raw right now. He's comfortable with that three-point shot. He is comfortable a little bit with that handle as well to kind of set up those distance shots. And again, while the consistency may not be there in terms of efficiency, something you want to see out the gate from a rookie stepping into the pros is the confidence to be able to do so. We just talked about Ron Holland in our last video as he's looking to take a second leap in his second year for the Pistons. And one thing that Ron has never really lacked from what we've seen from him since he was a rookie is the ability and the confidence in his game to do what it takes to grow as a player and help your team win. We know Ron likes to take, defensive assignments. He's not scared to go after transition looks. He looked a little bit more comfortable in shooting from the distance as well from the perimeter, and he looked pretty strong in that aspect as well during Summer League. So looking at Chaz in the same conversation, again, he's just a rookie and it's just Summer League, but you want to see that confidence grow from him and brew from him as the games progress in the Summer League and in long stretches as well. This is just a 5-game sample size we saw from him. He's going to be looking at an 82-game schedule coming up soon, and it's not clear as of right now in terms of how the Pistons are going to use him because his skill set is basically meant to replace and kind of fill in for the loss of a Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley due to his betting investigation. So the Pistons needed some extra shooting to add on for their future and for the immediate moment right now. That's why they went and acquired Duncan Robinson. That's why they just acquired Karis LeVert as well to kind of make up for what they lost in those 2 players. And having a little bit of insurance in a guy like Chaz is a great investment. So shout out to Trajan Langdon. But because he is a rookie, especially in the second round as well, I'm not expecting Chaz to be leaned on as a big focal point guy this quick into his NBA career. I think the Pistons are going to kind of take their time unless something like an injury happens or if Chad just blows him away immediately in preseason or in his early minutes in the regular season as well. I believe the Pistons are in a position now, and I've talked about this a lot. When they started their restoration in around 2021, when they drafted Cade Cunningham, Cade had to be the guy right away. He had to be their number one initiator. He had to be one of their primary scorers, one of their primary defenders. And we kind of saw that as well with Jaden Ivey when he was drafted in 2022, Jalen Duren in 2022, Asar when he was picked at number 5 in 2023. Like, these guys are in positions where they had to start contributing right away for the Detroit Pistons and to basically find their niche. I don't believe that's necessarily going to be the exact same case for Chaz Lanier, even considering that he does feel a need for them. Again, if he, is quicker in terms of his development for the Pistons, then yeah, maybe we'll see an uptick in his minutes right away. But as of right now, I don't think they're going to be looking at him to be one of their primary guys out the gate. I think we saw a lot of things that showed that he was kind of raw in his development. The shooting form looked really good. I do kind of see some of the similarities of Ray Allen in the shot alone, not in the overall game, just in the shot alone. It was a very quick release, and there's a lot of confidence in as well. And he kind of jumps, relatively high as well in terms of getting that shot off. So I did see some similarities there. Didn't look like the greatest defender out of the gate, and that's something that the Pistons are going to demand of all their roster to do. Everybody's going to have to contribute on the defensive end because that's what they hang their hat on in terms of their identity, is being able to contribute and play on defense. Now, he's not going to have to match up against, a guy like Tyrese Maxey or one of these top flight guards in the East or out the West either. I feel like he's going to be playing against guys that are more suited to him coming off the bench. He's going to be a passing lane guy is where as big of his focus is going to be. Unless he's getting, hunted out in screen and roll actions, I feel like you're going to see him camped out in the corner, guarding guys like Sam Hauser or like a lot of like stationary shooting guys where he'll be matched up against the off-ball, kind of targets for their opponents. I don't see him on an island really much going to be having to guard guys like, again, he's injured now, guys like Jason Tatum, any other kind of like superstar like kind of guys. Like I just don't see Chaz having to be the one that they look for in terms of handling that kind of responsibility, which is a good thing for him because you want your rookies to be able to take their time and learn at an adequate pace instead of having to be, just forced in right away. Cade obviously is going to be different, being a number 1 overall pick. Jaden Ivey being a top 5 pick. Duren being a projected top 5, top 10 pick, falling to when he did at 12 or 13. So he's going to still have some expectation on him. Same with Asar Thompson, given his athletic profile and being a top 5 pick. Those are the guys that are going to have to contribute right away. So who knows how much we're really going to see from Chaz, coming into his rookie season. Would I be shocked if he got up to 10 minutes a game, with the main roster? Honestly, no. I wouldn't be super surprised, but also wouldn't be surprised if he's asked to spend some time in the G League as well. So it's going to be a bit of a guessing game up until when the regular season starts. We'll see how the Pistons view him. We'll see how their roster shakes out, and we'll see where they see him in terms of what his development is. But based on the performance that we just saw from him in Summer League, there was some good things that he just did. I mean, I really liked the game against the Spurs where he knocked down 3 triples in a row from the same spot. I liked seeing some of the effort defensively, even though it wasn't perfect. I did like to see that he was dialed in. I like the way he moves without the basketball to relocate and set himself up for open shots because he's going to have passers around him like Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey that can set him up for looks, and he's going to have to be the connecting piece to knock those threes and those open jumpers down. So I did like that effort from him. Again, it's still early, so you can't put too much on his shoulders, but I did like some of those intangible things, and I like some of the steps and the confidence as well that shows that he's willing to do what it takes to be a better player for the Pistons. But again, just a summer league implication for right now. I did like a lot of the effort from him, and it's going to be a fun story to watch to see how he develops over time with the Detroit Pistons. Because again, that jump shot does look really good. I enjoy watching it. I know a lot of people did on social media as well. But again, it's going to be a bit of a guessing game in terms of how much they plan on using him so early with the Pistons based on what the expectations are for the next season, which is to get back to the playoffs and to keep pushing the other young core guys in the direction of winning to see if they can be the building blocks that this franchise needs. But talk to me in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. What were your thoughts about what you saw from Chaz Lanier in Summer League? Were you encouraged by what he did in Summer League? Were you a little worried about what you saw in Summer League? What do you think he's going to do in the regular season? I would love to hear from you in the comment section, so make sure you holler at me over there. I will have a write-up on some of the Summer League coverage that we saw as well on clutchpoints.com, so you can make sure to tap in with me on there and check out some of my writing on that page. And, of course, you can lock in with me on my social media as well at I am Eric Vincent. Thank you all so much for your time. Of course, I always appreciate you being here. Again, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to see you all again soon right here on Top Title Detroit. Peace.